So welcome yourself in. Let your seat be as comfortable as it can to ensure spine is upright, legs can relax. For these next 15 minutes or so, guiding your senses, your mind, even the body into a place of stillness, into yoga. Take up residency in the seat of the witness. Note this transition into the beginning of your week, more or less into a practice of introspection, time for yourself. If the mind feels busy, that's okay. Whatever experience, whatever physical, emotional, mental experience passes through you, see it for what it is. And start to pay attention to the silence. Feel the rhythmic flow of your breath. Let's begin to relax the body even deeper as you become aware of the feet. Allow the toes, soles of the feet, bones of the feet to relax completely. Feel the contours and shapes of your legs. And allow them to soften fully into the ground. Feel the circular pelvic bowl as you come up into the hips. Invite all the space, relaxation here. As the sitting bones and tailbones sink downwards into the earth. Note what happens to the breath. Perhaps inviting the navel to draw back ever so slightly under your ribs and the pubic bone to lift. these two subtle qualities of bandhas, these seals, helping you to find the focus, the a posture and alignment for more ease, peace, stability, prana to flow in the body. See if you can find your collarbones and your scapula. Collarbone slightly lifting, arm bones hugging in so the scapula can relax onto your back. Noting if there's more space now for your breath. And travel up the whole spine. The long lengthening tailbone downwards. The curve in your lower back. The open chest. And then a long and soft neck. The attention into the cervical spine, base of the skull. And allow your throat to be soft at the same time. And relax the jaw. And with the focus of your mind, senses sharp, guiding attention, illumining the light of awareness all around the face. Now invite the crown of your head to open, to elevate. And keep the arms, shoulders, legs heavy. Moment to moment, softly. Top of the head is lifting. Now continue to feel this expansion, elevation, and at the same time, relaxation, rooting, grounding. planting a seed, an intention, a positive statement, a sankalpa, a resolution for your practice, your day, your life. Feel free to let the gaze focus to the space between the brows, this third eye, meaning not two. I am. And if you're working with your own mantra, go ahead, repeat it positively with conviction in your mind 3 times. I am joy. I am whole. I am free. And to close the meditation, hands can stay on your legs. They can come to rest at your heart space, a hand on the heart or the solar plexus, both. Tatvamasi, that thou art. You are this limitless, non-dual, unborn, whole, complete existence shining as awareness. Changes pertaining to the body, mind, sense complex do not pertain to me. Just like all rivers pouring into the ocean, leave the ocean unchanged. All actions happen in me. I see them, and still I am free of them. Om Tat Sat. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings be well, know peace, and be free. So, greetings on this Tuesday morning, late October. We've gained some light back in the morning, which is great. And keeping in with the theme of helping the shoulders, but always to remember it's a whole investigation into your spine primarily. And so as we focus on one part of the body, just always keep tuning into what happens in the other part as we open another. And then this life of yoga, of meditation is infused into all of your waking life. We can relax for a moment in a pose. And if you want a cushion to support your head or to support your hips, feel free. If you want your arms back behind you, go ahead. Maybe with the palms facing down or out in front, spreading open into the front of the chest. And be curious about this space right under your collarbones. We tend to have a lot of tightness in the pectoralis muscles, pec major, pec minor. And so try to stretch the chest. Feel free to roll the forehead, temples side to side. Finding that weight pressing back into your tailbone. Begin your Ujjayi pranayama. On the next breath, inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Maintaining that soothing whispering in the back of your throat, inviting in your abundance. Begin to walk your hands over to the right side. And exploring here with this left opening in your side body. And draw the front ribs up and underneath. You can always come to right tented fingertips on the right hand as the elbow lifts. And starting to turn and look underneath that arm. Give a little squeeze of your inner thighs. Draw pubic bone up toward the navel. Head relaxing in space, and just whatever openings are created here with the change of arm position, work into. It could be up that inner left arm into pec minor. Release, come back through center. Walking hands all the way over to the left. Remembering to draw the sternum bone back up towards your spine, front ribs in. As you come to left tented fingertips, elbow lifting skyward. Press back through the right hip. Lift your navel up under your diaphragm slightly. And slowly, slowly coming back up into neutral. Roll up onto the knees. Let the knees go under the hips. You can tuck the toes for the first round and let your tailbone tilt back. And start with your lower pelvis just to begin with, as if you could only move the sacrum bone. That would be the tailbone, and there's around 5 fused sacral bones. So the smallest part of your sitting bone. If it kind of moves side to side, kind of snakes around, that's fine. So you feel the front of the hip flexors here, your outer hips working. Just start there. And then it's fine if you want to let your tailbone move a little side to side. Find a little more length back through that lower portion of the spine. Then go ahead and allow the belly to dip. Feel that tailbone tilting as high up toward the ceiling as you can. Keep dipping through the belly, dipping through the ribs. Arms are straight. And as you allow the chest to relax, begin to feel your upper arm bones dragging back and then moving the throat forwards and up, looking up. And see if you can feel your shoulder blades sliding down the back here. Now, as you exhale, gripping with the fingertips, gripping with the toes, start to curl your tailbone underneath. And feel this drawing up firmly of your front body. Feel your head working forwards. Start to lift your chest, lift the ribs, and push, push, push into the hands. Lift, 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 lift. Keep lifting. And reverse. Start to relax the chest, relax the belly. Feel your core is a little hard. Try to keep the arms nice and straight. Trying to feel the collarbones opening evenly forwards. And go ahead and do the opposite. And feel the crown of your head drawing a big circle forwards so it can relax. And when you get into your fullest expression of cat, really doming, allow your head to roll a little side to side, one chin to one shoulder, one chin. Do we have more than one? Sometimes, yes, in this position, yes. Nice. And begin to look over right shoulder and draw the right hip up towards your right tricep. Lengthen through center, get long. As you breathe out, look over left shoulder. Draw your left hip up toward left tricep and keep pulling the ribs up and in. And go a bit side to side. Hip goes the same side that you're looking over to. So you're really cinching into one side waist as the other lengthens. And for a moment, cross the ankles behind you. Sit back onto your seat. I'm going to turn around to face you. I'm just coming into a classic Sukhasana. Feel your arms long beside the body. Feel the crown of the head reaching tall, tailbone rooting down. And as you inhale, raise arms up and overhead, releasing the tension through those arms. Exhale, down beside your chin, folding in. Inhale to lift and lengthen, maybe looking up. Exhaling, relaxing. One more here as we lift and open. And relaxing all the way down. Feel that big opening across the chest. Right hand beside you onto the floor as your left arm reaches up and around. And you pull the right shoulder back. Left fingertips are reaching. And see here what's happening into the ribs, the armpit. Anchor your left hip down. Make as much space through the left ribs as possible. Push them out to the side. And deepen your breath as you hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let your left hand roll over to the right knee. Sit up tall as you take a deep breath in. Exhale, draw the belly in, look round over right shoulder. Soften the left shoulder in space as you work into the twist. And feel the hips here. Let the pelvis relax. Let the tailbone sink down. And what you want to feel is the shoulder blades squeezing together. Can you access the rhomboids in between the shoulder blades? And maybe spin round a little bit more. Right hand lifts out to the center. Take a breath as you lift up and overhead. As you exhale, right hand to left knee. The upper arms are crossed. As we dome the upper back slightly, head coming forwards, chin in. Here with the cross of the arms, maybe just working into the legs. And feel free to come up, holding the backs of the shoulders or binding your forearms for eagle arms and lifting up on an inhale. Elbows shifting forward. And then up to you if you take the arms further up and back, lift the chin, open the throat. Exhale to release. Let the legs come out in front for a minute. Hands roughly around your hip area in front of the thighs. And as you Press your toes forward, pushing out through the toes. Let the heart open. Feel the chest open forwards, open the throat, maybe look up, mouth is soft. As you exhale, flex your feet, draw the toes back toward your hips, and relax your head down. Inhale, point through toes, lift up through the neck. Exhale, relaxing head forwards, flexing the feet strongly back towards your hips, chin toward the throat. One more of these, active toes, lifting up through throat space. And folding in and down as you flex and let the ribs sink in. Okay, let's come back to the cross-legged position. Just a slight little more here for the neck before we move on to the other side. Allow your right ear to relax to the right shoulder, but notice you stay really center with your spine and the left shoulder doesn't move a tad. Full focus is into your lateral flexion of the neck. Come back through center. Check in with your center, pubic bone, navel, chest and chin, crown of the head reaching. Relax left ear to left shoulder and the right side body. Right shoulder does not move. Right into the side of the neck. Sometimes instead of just flailing around in space, let's go either side once more. You stay really, really steady, focused, and you get right into your target area. Big breath through center. Keep that right side body really relaxed. Left ear to left shoulder. Well done. Up through center. Left hand beside you onto the floor, and your right arm opens out. And we start to elongate, lifting, grounding the right sitting bone. The left shoulder tucks back, the elbow can bend. And go to where you can. Right ribs puffing out. You're here for 5. Breathing 4. Elongating ribs 3. Fingers extending 2. Knees relaxing 1. Right hand to left knee as you sit up tall. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, scapula slide down the back. Collarbones lifting, and you're finding that deep squeeze in through center. Mouth is soft. Bottom jaw really relaxed. Feel the tailbone rooting. Tune into the bowl of your pelvis. Left arm sweeps over and up. Big, long left side body stretch. And you take the lean back over to the right side. Go so far that your left fingertips find your right. Curl in. Use this shape here as you kind of squeeze in through the front of the chest. Let the elbows soften. Let yourself relax. Feel free to let the head sway a little side to side. Hug the back body or come up with your forearms bound. Take an inhale as you move the forearms, elbows forward, and just go as far, lift as far up as you wish. Maybe look up. Oh, exhale to release, releasing the arms, or maybe some shoulder rolls. Forwards, back. Okay, and we'll set up our down dog. Let's set up from tabletop, plank position, and you can always lower the knees again. So we'll start with tabletop. And remember, you can always, always lower the knees. But first, you have super, super long arms. You even might want to bring one hand, for example, if I was facing you here, bring one hand to this space here under your collarbone and invite that hand to press back and up. So because we tend to we lift the shoulders a lot and try to roll them back. And in turn, that's lifting our chest up. So just even placing a hand here and encouraging those strong muscles that you can feel under collarbone, these pec muscles, to relax back up and in toward the spine. Now that's harder for the head, as you'll notice the head will want to dip down. So just let your gaze go forward and think soft mouth, soft jaw, both hands back to the mat. Step one leg back, press back through that heel. Step your other leg back, press back through that heel. Remember, you can always come back to the knees. Okay. Now feel your pubic bone lift up toward the ribs, your strong wrists, hands pressing down, upper arm bones hugging into center. That hand is there lifting that chest up and towards your spine. Now from here, your feet, your legs are strong. Relax the chin in towards your throat. Begin to lift your hips. Push the hips up and back and send your chest back towards your thighs. Step your feet in slightly so you shorten your stance. Knees can bend. Pull up through the kneecaps, thighs, and slowly stretch into the position. Feel your armpits stretch. Maybe sway the hips a little. Relax your head more, neck more. Feel the base of the skull really stretching out. Invite those sitting bones to lift, lift, lift. Then bend your knees. Begin to come to fingertips, hands back toward the feet, feet towards the hands. You come into your ragdoll position. Just see what you'd like to do. Sometimes just swaying out, circling the wrists, the arms. We'll take a few halfway lift lengthens. So cupping with the fingertips onto the ground or up towards your shins as you inhale. Chest forward, looking to the tip of the nose, point of the nose. And exhale as you relax over your legs. Knees can be soft, chest towards your thighs, drawing the belly in. Halfway lift lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana, hands floating up the shin. Diving the weight over your legs. Maybe holding the backs of your legs. One more like that. As you lengthen, use your lower belly, hug the navel up under your diaphragm. And folding down. This time we come up to stand. Lengthen your sacrum, turn or curl the tailbone underneath, chin in. Use the strength of your legs, push into the ground. When you come up, invite your strong stance, coming toward the top of the mat. You can feel your hips either side here. You can press them in, lengthen the tailbone down, feet under your hips. Navel point drawing back, crown of the head reaching, either hands relaxing in towards your legs, classic, or facing forward. Take a few deep breaths here, and maybe there's a moment you can actually find a little bit of stillness, steadiness, both feet evenly pressing down, both shoulders relaxing evenly in space, and an even breath. Find a moment where there's complete stillness, complete pressing evenly in both feet. Inhale, raising arms up and overhead. Exhale as you fold over the legs, hips moving back in space, diving forwards. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hands to the mat, plank pose as we step back one leg and the other. And feel that chest lifting up and in again. Neck as long as you look forward with control, knees down. Bend the elbows, look forward as you lay all the way down to the belly. Slide the hands out the mat, lift the elbows. Roll the shoulders back, press into your feet, tailbone away. And come up into this serpentine cobra. Pubic bone resting. Exhale to lower down again. A few times as you roll the shoulder, press into the feet, active glutes. You come up here. And roll it down. And if you need it a little bit easier, make your legs wider. Make sure you draw the belly in. Use your abdominals when you come up. Lowering down. One more. You can always move the hands back slightly. When you're ready, framing your ribs, squeezing the shoulder blades back. Chin is relaxed. Pressing into your hands. Feel your chest lifting. Tuck toes. Feel your hips pressing back in space, downward face. Step the feet in slightly. Let your hips sway. Feel your kneecaps lifting, inner thighs hugging towards center. As you relax your knees to the floor, walk your left hand into center and step the left foot forward in space. You can start by coming to tented fingertips. To show you from this way. And just moving the hips a little forward, back, side to side. And already this can be quite strong here for the legs, for the pelvis. Starting with planting the right hand, and if you have a block or need some elevation, go for it, or stay on your fingertips. And begin to lift your left arm, finding this rotation here. Right shoulder blade drawing back, and you feel this even openness across the chest. Now let your left hip relax a little more. If you need more space, send the right knee back. Now either bringing left hand to the thigh, twisting a little deeper, using your left hand there. If you wanted to bend your back knee, pointing through the toes. And that's always a nice investigation anyway for the quad. And it might not be possible. You might just let it down, breathing. Or you might come back, find the foot. Hand up or down, you choose. Once you have the foot here, allow your right shoulder to seal onto the back and start to turn back, looking back in space toward left hand, left foot. Now what happens is left knee wants to go out. Send it forward. Anchor the foot down, left hip in. Wherever you are, whatever shape you're in, breathe. As you release, left arm up and overhead. Strong frame in your hands, back toes tuck, press back through right heel. Plank pose, feel the chest lifting up, the pubic bone lifting up. The gaze is forward. Knees to the ground, stay looking forward as you draw your shoulders back, bending the elbows, prone position. Now the choice here to repeat serpentine cobra or a classic bhujangasana. Legs open for more space, more ease in your lower back. Closer together for more strength, if you have the strength and flexibility. On an inhale, come up, squeeze the glutes. Legs are active. You can press into the hands if that feels good and let your heart move forward. Let your gaze go up. Exhale, reset, lengthen. Tuck toes. Press into the hands, feel your chest lifting. Shin tucking in as the hips move up and back. Step the feet in, downward facing dog. Big armpit stretch. Big lengthening of the ribs. Imagine that hand is in the front of your chest, lengthening those muscles there. Other side, we lower to the knees. Walk your right hand into center. Step your right foot forward. You can always start here on tented fingertips or have a block. And sometimes just even working the lunge, working the knees. Even, we feel sensitivity with the knee down. Always double fold in the mat. And just the breath. What happens if we come out of that simple rhythmic breath, feeling into what's here? And keep your right knee, right foot tracking forward. So you really seal the right foot down. Left hand under the shoulder. Let your shoulder blade really feel onto the back body. You can even feel that there if you wish. Open up your right arm. Keep the left shoulder engaged. Look down if it bothers your neck. Spiral up to strengthen. Already you feel the right knee wants to travel out. So we can start bringing right hand to the thigh, and this can even help you encourage the hip in and down. Yeah, pull the elbow in as you start to rotate. And this could be where you stay. It's a great place. And feel from that center mid-back portion that you want to squeeze in, revolve around. And then you can always play with bending the knee. And if that doesn't work, don't do it. It hurts in any way. Pointing through the toes. I'm choosing hand down variation today, but you can always flip the palm up. My leg wants to travel out a lot with the openness in the hips. Keep pressing that knee forward so you work the spine. As you breathe, turn around. Your legs are active here. Pull the pubic bone up. Can you squeeze in between the rhomboids, in between the shoulder blades? Slowly, slowly release. Choice here. We can step to down dog, or we can step to plank to take one last little flow. So you choose. Let's control the knees down. Keep looking forwards. Cobra on an inhale. Meeting in down dog. Walk, step the feet forwards to take a seat. You will let yourself roll down onto the back body. Draw your hands out into like a little Y position, hands facing down, broadening those muscles under your collarbones, and begin to squeeze the knees up, squeeze feet and ankles together. And just start by moving a little side to side here with the lower back. Go so slow that you feel what's happening into the center, and to engage the abdominal slightly. Now let the knees go all the way over to your right side. head going left, you can always lift up the left hand if you need. And use your arms to extend open left side of the chest. Squeezing through the ribs, make it your own. You can kind of wriggle into the spaces. And we do the same thing on the other side. When you come back in, allow knees, ankles to head over to your left. And be playful with your right arm. What way the head wants to roll. Feel what's happening in the body. When you're ready, you come, you find Shavasana. Anything you'd like to do beforehand, feel free. As you relax into the benefits of your practice, the benefits of just cleaning that layer of dust off the mirror, the daily, the daily dust in every way, tensions that accumulate in the body, mind, senses. You can clear that dust off the mirror. You see yourself fully, completely. In this pure reflection, knowing I am the original, the I, the light, the existence shining as fullness awareness. Our bodies and minds are like the moon, and this light of the moon out in the world. But the original is the sun, the I, the self. Is there any difference between the light of the moon and the light of the sun? And they look different, they appear different, but the reality is one light. For all the bodies and minds, all the names and forms, yet this one existence, this one shining light, love, illuminating all of them. Om Tattvamasi, that thou art, light that never began, will never end. Blessings into your days, dearest wise beings, dearest Dawn, dearest Hannah, dearest Deborah. So much love, blessings. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. See you soon.